Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with another video in regards to the cost of living crisis here in the UK, because it's now become an increasingly pressing concern for a number of individuals and families. Here we have a young woman sharing her story, her fight against the cost of living crisis.
So, I don't even want to cry on the internet, but I just really want to talk about it, and I'm going to try and not cry and just stay calm. But I've literally worked my whole life. I'm 28. I got my first job when I was 16. I was literally working part-time while working full-time at college. During COVID, I lost my job. I went and got a job on Toast and Trace. Instead of just accepting furlough, I went and worked. Even during lockdown, I've always worked. And my mental health has got so bad. Every day, I literally think about not being here anymore. Every minute of every day, it's all I think about is how much I don't want to be here. And I deep it with myself. And a lot of the problems that it's getting so bad is because I can't afford anything. And I'm not saying we should all be given loads of money, but I'm obviously sick and I've paid into this system for 12 years. And do you know how much universal credit I get? I get £800. Once I paid my rent, I don't even have enough to pay all my bills. And then I don't have food. I don't have money to go out. I don't have money to treat myself to anything. My Netflix has been fucking cancelled because I can't even afford my Netflix. And I just think, how is that helping? And they say, oh, we have this mental health crisis, we have all this stuff. How is this helping? I get that you think taking money away from people is going to make them suddenly just be able to work, but it's actually not. And do you know what it is making me want to do? Literally not be here anymore, because I'm embarrassed and ashamed that I can't actually either pay for food or sanitary towels or toothpaste or my rent. And I just think, what the fuck? We all say we care about mental health, but then when people actually need help, we judge them. How dare you ask for money when you're not working? How dare you need help paying for food? How dare you want to go get your nails done and make yourself feel physically nice when you've got no money? And I just think, what the fuck? I'm trying so hard, and I've worked, I've paid into the system. Not that it makes a difference, because we're all humans, but I have, for the past 12 years, I've tried, and trying is what's got me in this position, and where I'm now so ill, I don't even really leave my house.
Now, for real, it does sound extremely difficult and challenging for this young lady, only 28 years old. The amount of money she's receiving through benefits is barely enough to cover the rent. And that's a massive, massive problem here in the UK. The rent prices are through the roof.
And I just think it's so fucked up, and the system's so fucked up. And if anyone has never been mentally ill and you don't know how it feels, I'm not bitter towards you. I'm so happy that you don't know how it feels, but how quickly people want to judge. Oh, you can't, I hate going to work. We all have bad days, blah, blah, blah. This ain't the same. I actually don't want to be alive anymore. I actually would rather not breathe and not see my future and not get a chance at a family than have to deal with what I'm dealing with right now.
Sounds like she really needs emotional support. One thing that's not taken seriously here in the UK is mental ill health, and it's led to so many deaths. When you hear a young lady like this saying that she doesn't want to be here anymore, it's extremely serious. You have to take that seriously. But my advice to Nick would be to speak to a doctor, speak to a therapist, hopefully finding someone that will be more supportive of the situation that you're going through.
But everyone feels like that. And it's just not helping. I'm struggling anyway. And then with the stress of how am I affording my bills? And we live in a society where you're valued on your money, and I have none.
Sad.
Yeah, it's just really overwhelming anyway. Sorry for the fucking emotional overload.
No, it's understandable. It's a difficult and challenging time for a number of people here in the UK. So we're with you, Nick. We totally understand where you're coming from, and we sincerely hope that you do get the support that you need.
Embarrassing thing just happened to me. I got paid on the 25th. It's now the 1st, and I'm completely overdrawn. And we needed food shopping. So I've just been walking around Aldi with my phone calculator out, calculating how much everything cost just to feed my family, because I only had £35. That was completely soul destroying and exhausting. And all I want to do now is just burst into tears. It really shouldn't be this hard to feed your family as a full-time working mum. We are a full-time 2-parent working household. and we are still barely scraping by.
It's extremely
Why is it?
difficult. Sorry, I want to interject quickly because a question that I always wanted to know, and a question that I want you guys to answer down below in the comment section, is what type of support does the working class person get here in the UK? As an example, this lovely lady on the screen, her and her partner are working full time, they have children, and they're still struggling to put together a shopping list that they can afford. 2 working class people here in the UK.
That working parents can be working full time, doing our fucking best, and we still don't have enough. We still don't have enough. And this is exactly why I am learning how to make money online. Because I just can't live like this anymore. Don't need extra money for holidays or luxuries. I just need extra money to live, to feed my family. So if you're in the same boat, please know you're not alone. I'm giving this Make Money Online a go, and I'm sharing everything I learn as I go along because we all just deserve a better life than this.
Absolute fact, she isn't lying, and there's a lot of money to be made online.
The cost of living crisis as well, with everything going on, how's it affecting you in your life?
50% of your income going to have it, even more for the paying the apartments. And room costs 1,000, 1,200. People can do when the
One room. That's one room, you know, ladies and gentlemen. She's talking about living in London, one room, and that one room probably comes with some sort of ensuite bathroom, so you got to share a kitchen, but you're paying about 1,200.
What's to do? It's crazy. There's people upset. People don't want to live like that. This is not country for people who really try to work hard. If you work hard, they destroy you by the tax. This is good for lazy people. If you don't work, you know, take money from government.
You feel like
It's
you're
so
gonna stay in
true
the
what
UK,
she's
or do you
saying,
think
man.
you want to go?
Come back to Poland. It's
She
better
does make a good point with what she's saying. Actually, it's not even a joke. You have to have your hands in multiple pies in order for you to be stable enough to live in the UK. There are no benefits for people that are working. This is the reason why I asked the question earlier. Is there any type of benefits, any type of help for people that are working full time?
Is anyone else finding the cost of living in England absolutely astronomical? Because Jesus Christ, I've just come out of Tesco, and I've just bought some bits and bobs. Basically, I've just filled a bag, and with my club card, it still cost me 74 quid. I've bought salad for dinner, some baguettes, some prawns, conditioner. I did buy some hair dye because, you know, Jesus Christ. I can't think what else I bought. Just general household bits and bobs. Some more mixer for the dogs. 74 quid.
Expensive,
I
man.
don't know how people can afford to live much longer with the bills the way they're going up. It's absolutely astronomical. I mean, I earn good money. I do earn good money. But £74 for a bag of shopping is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Hi guys, my name is Sujan Ho. I'm 24 years old and I have lived in the UK for over a decade now. In this video, I'll break down all of the expenses that you would have to face once you come to the UK. I'm not making this video to scare anyone. I'm just here to tell you the truth, and trust me, you can make it work. So let's just say you get a job that pays you around £1,500 a month. It sounds about realistic. So now let's break down the expenses. For your rent, you need about £500 roughly. That's if you live in a shared accommodation. So £500 is gone. Bills, you're looking at around £150 to £200. You need to have a phone and you need Wi-Fi. So that's around, let's say, £100. And when you come here, you need to travel around London for your work to go home. So that's around £150. And you need to eat food to survive. So that's around £250 to £300. On that salary, now you're left with only around £200 to £300. Now, if you convert that to Nepalese rupees, you might be able to live.
He needs to find a place to rent for £500 because I don't know where you are getting anywhere to rent for £500.
Okay with that money. But in here, you are just surviving. Your life is not that easy.
What the actual hell is going on in the UK? I actually think it gets worse and worse every single day. We're literally getting taxed left, right and centre. It actually getting to the point where I feel like most people are just working to survive. Like they're literally living paycheck to paycheck. They don't do anything else other than go to work because you literally can't afford it. Like, actually, what kind of life is that? Like, what are we all doing? I think a lot of people are opening their eyes to actually what's going on in the UK now.
Yeah,
like
full robots, literally full robots, to the point, like she said, most people are just living from check to check.
Actually realising that with all been kind of brainwashed into believing that we go to school, get an education, get a good job, when in actual fact that just keeps us trapped. And the lifestyle isn't even good here. The weather is crap. Everybody is miserable. I am literally fed up of being here, getting to the point where I am thinking about going elsewhere. There actually isn't any such thing as work-life balance for most people. Now, let me know, has anyone left the UK? If you've left the UK, where have you gone? Where's better? I need some options.
Guys, are we all planning to leave the UK and move abroad? Because wallah, I'm on it. Like, there genuinely might be no benefit staying here long term. Let me break it down for you. All my friends or anyone that I've spoken to that has moved abroad and left the UK, it's like a third eye has opened here and they've seen the world in a different light. Now, here it comes down to one simple thing: quality of life. Now, we know the UK is notoriously expensive. Now, yes, that's an issue, but that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is what you're getting in return. Let me just give you an example. A 2-bedroom apartment, meaty, just a normal apartment, you're paying about 1,600, 1,700 minimum. That's without bills. That's without council tax. Might not even come with parking. Doesn't include security. Doesn't include a gym. Doesn't include a swimming pool. And even if it did include a swimming pool, you're never going to use it because look at the weather. I'll take 1,600, 1,700 and just look at apartments in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Doha, Thailand, Bali. Bro, genuinely, you might cry, I'll be honest. And that price is even a stretch. You can get a proper nice apartment, not far from the city centre, with security, gym, parking, swimming pool, beautiful weather, nice people. Let's not talk about the people here either. All for the exact same price or much, much, much cheaper. And look at other factors as well. Security, not really there. Economy, cost of living seems to be going up. Salaries aren't matching that. What's that about? Again, go back to quality of life. I want to go out with my boys, for example. In the UK, I'll be going to a media restaurant with nothing really special about it. I might walk away from that paying 40 or 50 pounds. Take that to a different country. For example, Dubai. I can sit down, have a nice meal, a drink, maybe shisha. The service I'm getting, the guy that is serving me is probably the nicest human in all of mankind history. I'm looking at the Burj Khalifa. I'm hearing Adele singing her lungs out and fountains just going crazy. You might be paying the same price. Look what you're getting in return, you mug. Just shout me in it. Where we going, man? I'm on it.
It's almost like somebody's saying, how much more can we screw everybody over? This is not a third world country, and it is an absolute, utter disgrace.
I want to cry when I see it. We're not a third world country. We shouldn't have people working 2-3 jobs and going to a food bank.
And what is winter looking like for you?
I hate to think what it's going to look like. I would like you just to turn the cameraman round. It ain't working in London.
Like, the quality of life of working-class people and just people in this country in general has just got so bad.
I have to take you to a food bank tomorrow that's bigger than most little supermarkets. And they've got clothes and food. I mean, that's disgusting.
But I mean, this whole crisis, the latest one, cost of living crisis, it's totally fabricated, could be turned around in an instant.
I think that the Tory...
You see his neck, he's like, listen, he was angry, he's fuming.
Government are a shambles. I don't think they give a hoot for the working person.
Me and my housemate are pretty sure we're going to decline our direct debit for our gas and electric, but we'll see how it goes.
We're supposedly one of the richest countries in the world.
People's lives are being put before profit.
Labour could be stronger. They're not strong enough. They should be supporting picket lines. They should be supporting this strike. And they should be supporting the average working person in this country, who is not, by the way, lazy, who works very, very hard, and who are in a situation where they can't afford to feed their children.
Have you been hungry?
I've been starving. I've been really hungry the last 3 days.
So what did you eat yesterday?
I had fish fingers and beans.
What else did you have?
That's it. That's all I had was fish fingers and beans for me evening meal.
What about lunch?
No. I just fill up on tea.
Paul is 57 and lives in Weston-super-Mare. This morning, he went to the local food bank in desperation.
Today, I picked up these cans, baked beans, soups, chopped tomatoes are back there as well.
He's had no money for days, and what little food he's had to ration to one meal a day. He lives alone, and in this, the flat's only other room, keeps the lights off as much as possible. Vehicle repair diplomas adorn mostly bare walls from a career ended prematurely by ill health. Paul receives £843 a month on universal credit. He's due to get more on health grounds, but right now he's reeling from a recent hike in rent, now costing £620 a month, leaving him after paying bills and insurance with,
on average, £30 for the month.
Wow.
I'm very lucky that I have a really good neighbour, and she bought me some milk today because she knew I didn't have any, basically.
Wow.
So I can have.
And that's why community is so important. So important.
Today's report by the Joseph Rowntree Foundation claims the number of people experiencing destitution in the UK has more than doubled in the last 5 years, almost 2/3 of whom have a disability or chronic health problem.
Do you want some extra milk, love?
Oh, yes, please, yes.
Got loads of milk.
Gareth, who's 55, finds himself at the same food bank as Paul, a welder fabricator, until he says a spinal issue affecting his hands made that too difficult.
I need a new pair of boots. Yeah, I'll struggle to buy a postcard with a pair of boots on it. Do you know what I mean? It's like I can't afford anything. You know, sometimes I have to share a can of tuna with a cat because we're that skin. You get to a stage where you just think, what's the point? You know, this is not living. This is not even surviving. Everything I held dear in the last year since I've been signed off has gone, really.
I feel the need to have a little rant this morning. I have just finished doing my food shop. Now, this week, I decided to go to Morrison's because it's closer than Tesco's. I don't have my Club Card plus 10% off start until next week. So I thought I'll go Morrison's. It's closer. I just want to get it done quickly this Saturday because we've got a busy one. And I'm so disappointed. Not in the products, it's the prices. I cannot believe it. Since I used to always shop at Morrison's, and since I've last been here, they have, on products that I used to buy here, they've just skyrocketed, some of them by 50%. And I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. And I just feel so angry with how the cost of living crisis is still going on, still developing. There's still going to be price increases, and some of us can get by, some of us can't. It's and I just feel I'm really lucky that I can just about afford the things that we want to buy, but there are so many people, it just upsets me that I know that can't. And I mean,
it's going to get to a point where people who can afford to buy the things that they want to buy now are going to struggle to be able to buy the things they want to buy in the future.
That are in that position and friends, and it is just so unfair. And I'm just wondering, when is this ever going to change? Is it ever going to get better? I can't see it is. Once prices go up, they tend to not go down ever, do
Which
they?
means you're going to have to then start making more money. If the job that you're working at this moment in time isn't paying you enough, it's time to leave and look for a new job. And it's the same for people that are on benefits, people that are not working. If prices are continuing to go up, it means inevitably the price of benefits will have to then go up. That inevitably leads to the amount of taxes we pay going up. I mean, it just sounds like one big mess.
And I just, I just wanted to come on here and just express, how I feel about it. I'm sure there's so many of you that are probably in a really tough position, and it's penny to penny every month. And I really feel for you. I do. And is it ever going to end? That's all I had to say, really. I haven't saved that much this week on my budget, and I know I have a good budget for the amount of people I have. So I am very lucky and very, very fortunate for that. But when times are hard and we're all trying to save a penny here and there, and you just feel like you're not getting a break. So anybody else feeling this? I'm sure we all are. But I just wanted to come on here and express how I felt about it this morning.
Afternoon, everyone. I've been a bit quiet because it's half term and it's madness. I've just come to Tesco's for a rest. But please, can someone tell me how everyone is supposed to live? Because I've just done my weekly shop in Tesco's, just because it's the only day I've got to do it. I normally try and do it the end of the week, so it's for the following week. But anyway, nevertheless, doesn't matter what day I'm doing it on. But I've just gone and got essentials like dinners for the week, their packed lunch stuff, just fruit, veg, nothing extravagant. Did have to buy washing tablets. It's probably the only thing. Obviously you don't have to buy it every week, but still, £148. £148 for a week shopping. Like, that is ridiculous.
It's
Like,
about right.
how has it gone up so much?
It is about
And
right.
how is this maintainable for anybody? Like,
I mean, and she's doing that. She's
like,
doing that with kids. She's doing that with kids and a partner. Then you know throughout the week, you're still going to need to pop out and get those other little bits. Still more money on top.
like, even if the washing powder come out, like, that's still £130, £140. You know, like £148. It's ridiculous. And I didn't buy olive oil. That's like £1 million. So, like,
Yeah, olive oil was about £7, £8.
1 week I might
Even
not
more
need
expensive than that, depending on what type of olive oil you want.
washing capsules, but I fucking will need olive oil. And I just saw that on the shelves, £18. £18 for olive oil. Like, what is it made of? Gold? Like, why is everything so expensive? And like, how are we supposed to like keep this up? Like, because you have to eat. The kids need lunch. They won't eat school dinners because it's shit. So I have to feed them. Like, how is this maintainable? Like,
Makes no
how is everyone
sense.
doing it? Answers on a postcard.
The cost of living is having a massive impact on a number of people. People are breaking down. People can't feed their families. People can't afford to feed themselves.
So this is my death ground moment where I'm not fucking doing it anymore. I'm changing this. I'm just so fucking sick and tired of living the way me and my family live. We work every single fucking spare minute of the day. We have 3 kids. 2 are mine. One's my niece, which we took on. Every spare pound, penny goes towards the kids. We barely survive. We get basics. We can't afford anything that would resemble a half-decent life. And I just feel like there has to be a better way to live, an easier way to live, where I'm not sacrificing all our time, all our energy, all our friends. We're sacrificing time with our kids. We're sacrificing time with each other. Everything is being sacrificed just to barely get by. And I'm so fucking sick and tired of this. I'm 37. I've worked my whole life. I've built a family business that I worked on for 14 years, and we had to close that. And now we are rock bottom. And I am at my last ditch attempt to try and fix it and try and make it work, because I feel like I'm living in a totally different universe to everyone else. So I'm going to go out my comfort zone and just put myself out there. I've got 2 birthdays coming up in July. My niece is turning 17 and my daughter is turning 5. And my son is going to university in September. And I have no money. I have no money for these birthdays. I have no money to get him prepared for uni. And all I want is to spoil my niece. She's had a shit time. She was homeless. So we took her in and we get no help from anyone. We get no help from family, none from her parents, none. So, and my daughter, who turns 5, I don't want her to see struggle. So, you know, you spoil them as much as you can. I'll spend my last pound on her. And every day, all we're getting is bills. This is the beginning of me trying to make money, doing literally everything I can online with my phone. My partner and myself, we're going to do TikTok shop. Just opened a TikTok shop. TikTok affiliate. All the things that we can possibly do without spending any money. One of the things is digital marketing, selling digital products. And hopefully, I just want to be able to make enough money to be able to crawl out of this hole financially. Just get through the next 3 months of these 2 birthdays and getting my son sorted for uni. And when are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up that this is fucking bullshit? This life we've been sold, it's fucking bullshit. At 37 years old, I don't have a house. I don't own a house. We can barely afford our rent. My generation has been absolutely fucked. And all I see everywhere online when I'm scrolling is teenagers making so much money from their phone. And good for them. Getting out of the system, doing what they need to do to make money. This is what I'm going to do from now on. And I'm going to document everything on here. I'm doing this face to face, which is just terrifying, but I'm just going to do it. I don't care who sees this. I'm waking up. I'm waking up and I'm not living like this anymore. So this is it, day one of starting again. Death ground. I'm going to work on everything like my life depends on it. I'm making the decision to throw myself that far out of my comfort zone so I, my partner, and my kids can live.
What a brave woman. Sounds extremely determined and motivated to change things. But it's not easy here in the UK. Individuals, families, everyone is struggling. People are working full-time jobs, still struggling. People having to work 2 jobs, still struggling. This guy Nathan says he's 34, no kids, decent job, smallest house in his street. He struggles with bills. No idea how people with kids are doing it. I need to know exactly what you guys are thinking after watching those videos right there. Leave all your comments down below in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like button. Let's aim to get over 700 likes on this video, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are newly watching. Turn your notification bells on. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.